Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new, and welcome to my entire physical TBR. You guys, I don't think I'm ready for this video. I feel like this is going to be a whole ass chaotic mess. I have so many unread books, it is ridiculous. I definitely have many more unread books than I have read books, which I know it's not good, guys. It's not good. It's a problem. But today we are going to attempt to go through all of my unread books and see how many I actually have. How many books I have to get through in an orderly fashion. This video, I'm not gonna lie, I've not been looking forward to this video. I feel like it's going to be a test, but I have had quite a few requests for it, so we're gonna give it a go. I think what I'm gonna do is do it by genre because that's mostly how my shelves are arranged. So we'll go through each genre, see how many unread books I have in each genre, and then at the end we will add them all up and see how many books I really have on my physical TBR. So if you're interested in a whole chaotic mess and would like to find out how many books I really have on my physical TBR, then just keep watching. Okay, so we are starting off with fantasy, of which there are many. So first of all, I'll go through all of the series that I own. So I have Cinder and Scarlet by Marissa Meyer, City of Ashes and City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels and City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire, all by Cassandra Clare. I have read the first book in this series, City of Bones, but I have not read any of the others. However, they all came as part of a really good deal at the Works to buy the box set, and I do fully intend to read them all at some point, so it's okay. I then have Siege and Storm and Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. Again, I have read the first book in this series, Shadow and Bone, as part of a reading vlog in which me and my best friend tried to read the entirety of the series in 24 hours while sleeping in a tent. If you watch that video, you will know how much of a fail it was, but I do fully intend to read the rest of the series, and I probably will go back and read the first one as well because I can't really remember too much about it. I might do another 24-hour reading vlog at some point trying to read this whole series and make it more successful. I then have Spiritbound and Last Sacrifice by Rochelle Mead. These are the last two books in the Vampire Academy series. I have read the first four, but I still need to finish it off. I then have 3 Dark Crowns and 1 Dark Throne, and 2 Dark Reigns and 5 Dark Fates, all by Kendar Blake. You may notice that I have a problem of buying a whole series at a time, even when I haven't even got to the first one yet. It is an issue that I am trying to work on, as you will see as we go further into my physical TBR. I am trying to stop doing that, but I just know whenever I have the first book, once I've finished it, I'm going to want to go straight on to the next one. So it just makes sense to have them all, you know? I then have A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, and I also have the other 2 books in this series. However, my friend is currently borrowing them, so I can't have them here to hold, but that'll add another 2 onto the count. So I think that is all of the series that I have where I own all of them. We're now going to go on to the rest of the ones which either I have read the first book and still need to go on to the next one, or I only have the first book and do not own the rest yet. So I have The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang, A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout, Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerry Maniscalco, Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs, The Wolf Den by Elodie Harper, The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, Skullduggery Pleasant by Derek Landy, Caraval by Stephanie Garber, The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas, The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon, Jade City by Fonda Lee, The Familiars by Stacey Halls, Red Rising by Pierce Brown, For the Wolf by Hannah Witten, The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna, Dust by Joanne Carlton, Every Heart a Doorway by Shannon Maguire, Red Sister by Mark Lawrence, and The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. If you know me, you will know that The Night Circus is one of my absolute favourite books of all time, and I have been putting this one off for so long because I am so scared that it's just not going to live up to The Night Circus. But I do plan to read it this year. I'm sure it's on my list for 22 books for 2022. So hopefully I'll read it very soon and hopefully I'll love it. So that is fantasy done, and we have 38 books already on my physical TBR. This is not going to be good, guys. Okay, next we have my thrillers. There's so many. Oh my god, I don't even want to look at my romance shelf. You guys are not ready for that. You're really not. But let's get into the thrillers. So I have The Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton, Now You See Me by Chris McGeorge, The Shadow Man by Helen Fields, Close to Home by Cara Hunter, I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh, The Plot by Jean Hamth Corlitz, One More Chance by Lucy Ayrton, Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough, Before I Say I Do by Vicky Bradley, The House Swap by Rebecca Fleet, The Little Friend by Donna Tartt. This one I am hoping to read soon, however I actually would really like to read The Secret History first because I feel like I'm gonna love The Secret History and I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about this one. So I think I'm gonna try and pick up a copy of The Secret History first of all, hopefully try and pick it up in a charity shop somewhere or something like that, and then go on to this one. Next I have The Escape Room and The Night Swim by Megan Golden. However, this one is actually definitely going to be read this month because it is my Patreon pick for the month, so we are reading this one together. I am filming a spoiler reading vlog and I think we'll do a live discussion as well as chat in the Discord. So this one will not be on my physical TBR for too much longer. I then have Playing Nice by JP Delaney, The Couple Next Door and The Stranger in the House by Sherry Lapina, His and Hers and Rock Paper Scissors by Alice Feeney, The Woods and Just One Look by Harlan Coben, Sleepyhead by Mark Billingham, The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides, Pretty Guilty Women by Gina Lamanna, Little Darlings by Melanie Golding, The Chain by Adrian McKinty, The Understudy by B.A. Paris, Claire McIntosh, Holly Brown and Sophie Hannah, I Found You by Lisa Jewell. I do own a number of Lisa Jewell books, as you guys will know. She's one of my favourite thriller authors. This is the only one I have of hers that I have yet to read, but I need to get to it very soon. I then have Just My Luck by Adele Parks, The Neighbour by Fiona Cummins, The Au Pair by Emma Roos, Snap by Belinda Bauer, The Wicker King by Kay Ancrum, The ABC Murders and Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie, The Prank and the Twins by L.V. Matthews, The Maid by Nita Prose, Hidden Depths by Araminta Hall, They Never Learn by Lane Fargo, This Little Family by Inez Bayard, The Unmaking of Ellie Rook by Sandra Ireland, and Whisper Network by Chandler Baker. So altogether for thrillers we have 43 unread books. Oh my god, I'm not ready for the final total. Next I have a horror genre pile of books. This one's like an average size pile, I'd say. I'm not too worried about it. So in this one we have The Year of the Witching by Alex Henderson, Fear Street by R.L. Stein, Gaio by Junji Ito, The Library of the Dead by T.L. Huchu, Death Note Volume 2 by Tsugumi Oba and Takeshi Obata, Coraline by Neil Gaiman, Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami, The Memory Police by Yoko Ogawa, Misery by Stephen King, Hex Life, which is a collection of short stories all about witches and witchcraft, and A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. Okay, next we have romances, and I might have actually read a lot more of my romances than I first thought, so there might not be as many in this one as expected. So for romances I have Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade, A Glasgow Kiss by Sophie Gravia, 8 Perfect Hours by Leah Lewis, I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella, Anna Kay by Jenny Lee, Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, November 9 by Colleen Hoover. I will of course be doing a reading vlog for this one at some point because I have got a little streak now of doing reading vlogs for Colleen Hoover books, so this one will have to continue the trend at some point. One to Watch by Kate Stamen London, Who I Was With Her by Nita Tyndall, Him by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy, One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling, Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren, Radio Silence and Loveless by Alice Oseman, Verona Comics by Jennifer Duggan, Last Hang Standing by Lauren Ho, The Little Bookshop of Love Stories by Jamie Admins, Well Met by Jen DeLuca, One Day by David Nichols, Heartbeat by Joanne Carlton, The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks, I Heart New York by Lindsay Kelk, Up Close and Personal by Catherine Freeman, The Start of Us by Hannah Emery, We Were Liars by E. Lockhart, A Hating Game by Sally Thorne, The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas, and The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. These last few titles here, I do actually have a video planned for them. I wonder if you can guess what it is. but it's a video that should be coming to you very soon. We have a total of 29 books. I really thought I had more romances. Maybe romance is the sort of thing I usually pick up as soon as I buy it. Maybe that's the thing. Because I feel like thrillers I often pick up when I am in a charity shop. So if I see a thriller that I like the look of, it costs me like 50p, I'll just pick it up and buy it, but not with the intention of reading it straight away. Maybe that's what's going on there. And then fantasy, obviously we've got tons of unread series, so that's a problem. But moving on. So next I have a few middle grades. So I have A Mary and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston, A Pinch of Magic by Michelle Harrison, and The Creakers by Tom Fletcher. So only 3 in the middle grade genre. That's not too bad at all. I could literally read all of those in a day and just tick middle grades off the list. So yeah, I'm feeling not too bad about that. Next I have my classics. Again, this is quite a small category. So I have got Black Beauty by Anna Sewell, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle, Grim Tales for Young and Old collected by Philip Pullman, and Dracula by Bram Stoker. Honestly, the main reason I own these books is just because they are so beautiful. Like, I really want to collect as many cloth bound classics as I can and have an entire shelf dedicated to them at some point, but I also do plan to read them at some point. So we have 5 books in the classic genre. Not too bad at all. Next I have another small genre group, and that is historical fiction. I have only a few of these. I used to be absolutely obsessed with historical fiction, and I think I will probably go back to it at some point, but recently it's just not been something I'm really interested in. But in historical fiction I have Frog Music by Emma Donoghue, The Crimson Petal and the White by Michael Faber, Unsinkable by Lottie Vandenert, The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris, and The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton. This is another one that has been on my shelf for a long time because it is so bloody intimidating. I think it's over 700 pages, so it'll be quite an undertaking when I eventually do read it, but I promise I will at some point. So only 5 books in the historical fiction genre. Again, not too shabby. It kind of makes me feel better about the thrillers, which are... Okay, next I have a pile of books that aren't romance, but I would call them contemporaries. They are set in our day, but they're not really on the romance side. Hope that makes sense. So I have The Humans by Matt Haig, Summer Bird Blue by Akimi Dawn Bowman, Queenie by Candice Carty-Williams, Everything Within and In Between by Nikki Barthelmess, Jamila Green Ruins Everything by Zarka Nawaz, Violets by Kyung-Suk Shin, Homestretch by Graham Norton, 3 Days in Florence by Chrissy Manby, An American Marriage by Tayari Jones, Writers and Lovers by Lily King, Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens, Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Malors, Sorrow and Bliss by Meg Mason, and All the Lonely People by Mike Gale. Okay, so I believe we have 12 books in that category. Again, not too shabby, and I think we've only got one more category to go. Okay, finally we have a bunch of books that I'm just gonna call my everything else category because there's a mix of genres here and they kind of all just sit at the bottom of my shelf in their own little miscellaneous pile, so we're just gonna go with that. In this group I have The Chronology of Water by Lydia Yuknovich, Reader I Married Him, which is a collection of short stories edited by Tracy Chevalier. These are a collection of short stories all inspired by Jane Eyre, so I do really want to read them soon. American Dirt by Janine Cummins, Valentine by Elizabeth Whitmore, Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race by Rennie Edo Lodge, The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker, The Beekeeper of Aleppo by Christy Lefteri, Ruby Fruit Jungle by Rita Mae Brown, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou, The Testaments by Margaret Atwood, Docile by K.M. Sparra, The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes, and Sula by Toni Morrison. Oh, and I also found another fantasy, so we're just going to pop this in here, which is The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. I'm just going to add that to the fantasy pile and then we'll count everything up. So in that last pile I have 11 books in the miscellaneous pile. So going through the genres, we have 39 fantasy, 43 thrillers, 29 romance, 14 contemporaries, 11 horrors, 3 middle grades, 5 historical fiction, 5 classics, and 13 miscellaneous. So altogether that is a total of 162 unread books. I mean, I've seen better, but I've also seen much worse. So it's fine, it's fine. I mean, I'm gonna get through these books as quickly as I can now and hopefully do so before I buy any more books, because is a little bit worrying. But that is it for my entire physical TBR. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know a few people had requested it, so hopefully this is what you guys wanted. If you made it to the end of this video, then pop the shocked emoji down below for my absolute horror at the amount of books I have sitting here that I need to read. Pop that emoji down below just to let me know that you made it to the end of this video and that you enjoyed your time here. But as always, if you did enjoy the video, then do please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe for more content from me, comment down below with any of your thoughts and feelings. I do reply to every single comment. I love you all and I will see you in my next one.